Today we're thinking about how to be a teacher and a learner. At some point, I'm sure you'll end up teaching something you're not an expert on. I'm Brianna, and I'm going to show you strategies for preparing to teach a lesson and how to learn alongside the kids when you're teaching something new. How will this activity work? How will I organize our time and space? Will the kids work on a computer, with a partner, in a small group? What supplies will I need? Where will I put them so everyone can get what they need? Do I need to order supplies ahead of time? What do I want the kids to learn? It really helps to keep a couple of clear goals in mind when you are teaching. I want to introduce you to Lamont so you can hear what he has learned about getting ready to teach. Lamont, what do you think about when you're preparing to teach STEM?
The setup of the room is crucial. It really is most impactful when you're able to have all of the learners facing you as the instructor. So you don't have to move around too much to get everybody's attention. You can kind of reel everybody back in. The activities that specifically focus on engineering involve a lot of group work. So we try to position everyone where they're able to work in a group, but still be central enough that they can hear, they can have all their materials right in one spot, and they can interact with each other without feeling like they're in school. I think that's one of the important things, is to figure out a configuration that works for you as an instructor, but gives them the freedom to feel like, okay, this is fun, this is just an activity that we're doing, but still gives them that structure that they need to accomplish the goal.
Next, think about how you will adapt this activity for the kids you're working with and what you bring to the learning. Think about the strengths and talents you have. This is something Lamont is really good at. Lamont, how do you think about helping kids learn?
Depending on the group, we generally try to tailor our activity to make sure that it's fitting their learning style. A lot of the young people that we serve come from impoverished communities, but one of the biggest tools that we use is the arts.
Had to get the space tape, but it got dry.
Across the board, the arts are able to really communicate in a way that really crosses generational, socioeconomic boundaries and things like that, and allows us to connect and really get to a place that they don't necessarily get to tap into in school.
An important part of out-of-school time learning is helping everyone feel like they belong. This is true for STEM activities also.
What do you think about the way Lamont connects the arts into teaching about STEM? He is really creative, but if you're not good at rapping, you may find another way to help kids feel like they belong. Think about an activity where you felt safe and connected to others. What made you feel like you belonged in that group? How can you make the kids you are teaching feel confident and connected? At this point, you've already done a lot to prepare. You made sure you know the activity you're going to teach. You've thought about how the activity works, the supplies you will need, and what you want the kids to learn. You've considered how you can arrange the space, and that's something extra that you personally can bring to help the kids feel confident and connected. Those are the really important parts. But what if you're teaching something you don't know much about? My solution may be easier than you ever thought. It is to ask questions. Lots of good questions can help you learn right along with the kids as they are doing the activity. Keep in mind that your job is not to figure out how to make it work, but to help the kids figure it out. That's why it's good to ask lots of questions. Here's an example from a team at a makerspace. They are experts at asking questions.
Did that work?
No, we still have green on.
Okay, so what did you turn around? What do you need to turn around?
Maybe.
And what could you do with?
Maybe you put them on the opposite side.
Ah, try it.
We got it.
Okay.
When doing STEM, it's important to ask purposeful questions, but what about when youth are struggling? How do we keep from just giving them the answer while still trying to keep them engaged? Watch as the frontline staff in this Maker Tinker space use question scaffolding. Using prompts that begin with "I wonder" or "I notice" before each question, the frontline staff builds on what youth have done and then helps them develop the next step through questions. Frontline staff are guiding youth to think more deeply about the STEM activity.
So one thing, I noticed that your copper tape is here and here. What can you do to the legs of your LED to make it touch the copper tape here and here?
When you're ready to try this out, I suggest going to Clover by 4-H to find an activity that you want to teach, and remember to use these strategies as you prepare. Read through the activity or lesson. Think about how the activity works, the supplies you will need, and how you will set up your space. Decide what you want the kids to learn and how you can help the kids feel confident and connected. Be ready to ask questions that help the kids figure it out, even if you're not sure what they should be doing. You can do this. If you're not quite ready, try another one of our videos or talk to your supervisor. Let them help you be successful.